Hi, welcome to the Professor Kev Show. Today I got my friend Dr. Verma with us. We're going to talk about the role of personality today because this is something I think a lot of students forget about. We're really good technical and like think that's enough. And I joke with my students 30 years ago, 40 years ago when I started working, it may have been. Now, not so much. So here's some of the things we're going to talk about today. Why do recruiters often say skills can be trained, but attitudes cannot? In placement selection, how important is personality compared to technical skills? The biggest misconception students have about communication skills. And that's why I asked Dr. Verma to come on. She's going to answer these for us. So good morning, my friend. How you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Just living the dream. So let's start with question one. Which personality traits do recruiters look for most during placement interviews?
Okay. So when we talk about the main traits, the most important is your problem solving attitude because how you respond to the question is very important, right? Your overall grooming has to be good, your personality has to be good, your communication has to be good, right? That is something that the employer looks for. Plus time management, how quickly you are able to respond to the question because sometimes it does happen that you took a lot of time in responding back to the question, so he'll get irritated and then he's not going to select you, right? Your clarity of thoughts is very important because if you're not clear about the solution, then obviously you would not be able to respond well. So your personality, communication, clarity, how well you respond and how quickly you respond. So these are the main points that count towards the interview.
So my next question, can a candidate with average technical skills but strong personality outperform a technically brilliant candidate? Who would you choose?
See, I would say that even if the person is not technically strong, he might be average, but he can still get selected if he has good problem solving skills. Because these days, manager is looking for someone who has good time management, he is a good team leader, right? And he is able to respond well. So might be possible that he does not have very good technical knowledge, but yes, he responds well to the questions. So he can always get selected.
So my third question, I find students struggle with this one. How do you showcase your personality authentically during the interview? How do you do that?
Yes. So, first and the most important point is that you have to be a good listener. So, be patient, listen to what the person is trying to ask you, right? And don't say something that you don't know because sometimes it does happen that just for clearing the interview, we sometimes say certain things that yes, we know this, yes, we know that, and then we get caught because then the person starts asking us questions from that particular topic and we get stuck, right? So you have to be very clear, right? Plus, third and the most important point is confidence. So you have to make sure that whatever you are answering with, you should be confident. Your communication has to be good because if you're not confident about it, you would not be able to clear it.
Now, for my friends outside of the United States, is fluency in English more important than clarity of thought?
Uh, this is a bit tricky question. So I would say that fluency of English is important, but not so much important. Clarity of thoughts is more important because sometimes it does happen that you know the solution, right? But you are not good in English. So even if you explain it in some other language, the person can understand it, right? So clarity has to be there. Might be you are not a good communicator, might be you don't have good English speaking, but yes, your clarity has to be good.
So I want to talk about some of the common communication mistakes that students make during placements. What have you seen?
Um, I have been taking interviews. So, the most common mistakes I have seen is the students are not patient these days, right? So, they respond very quickly. So, without even listening to the question, they immediately start responding back, right? So, that's the first thing. Second thing is they don't make use of real life examples, right? So, they are saying, but they are trying to explain, but they don't give any real life examples. So that is something that is very important, that you need to make use of real life examples. Plus, don't make use of fillers, right? Because sometimes it does happen, we say, oh, basically, you know. So these are the fillers we are not supposed to use, right? Your overall sitting, that is how your posture, that counts, right? Eye contact, if you are not in direct contact with the person to whom you are talking to, so that is something which is going to give a negative influence. So confidence plus eye contact has to be there. And sometimes it does happen, no, that we try to pretend what we are not. That means we start speaking very fluently. We start saying something, right? So we are not supposed to do that. So we have to make sure that we maintain a good posture. We are able to communicate well. We don't make use of fillers, and we listen carefully. Most important is be a patient listener.
So, last question. How can students balance technical preparation with soft skill development?
This is the most important question.
Hmm.
Um, I would say it's a 70-30 ratio, which means that 70% is your technical knowledge and 30% is your communication. Because if you are good technically and not good in communication, then also you would not be able to clear the interview. And you are good in communication and not good technically, then also you would not be able to clear the interview. So 70% technical knowledge, 30% communication. Plus, my suggestion is read books, continuously keep on talking to your mentors because they are the right person to ask to. Like in our university, I am the tutor of many students, right? So my responsibility is this only, that I'm supposed to mentor them. So I tell them keep on preparing for interviews or something. So be in touch with your mentor because they are the ones who are in direct contact with you. So keep preparing, 70%, 30% ratio, follow it, and you would definitely be able to crack it.
Awesome. Dr. Verma, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to come on my show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you so much.